Hey everybody, it's GTV News for Gamers here, and welcome to my first ever video toy review of Transformers Age of Extinction Voyager class Galvatron. Okay, so as you can see, I recently just picked this guy up at Toys R Us Pemina today. It has been a heck of a time trying to find him. I've been all over the city, I've been calling Region, Polo, etc., but I am happy as a Decepticon on Cybertron Christmas to find him. And he looks pretty good. He was the main Decepticon in the film, because Lockdown was technically not a Decepticon. And even though he didn't really do much, he did get the Battle Prime, and he will be probably the prominent villain in the 5th film, which is coming out in 2016. So, packaging. We got Galvatron. We got the Age of Extinction logo. Hasbro. Very nice artwork of Galvatron. This is part of the movie 4 Generations line, Voyager class. You got Galvatron in his robot mode, and in his Freightliner Argosy mode. And on the back, you can see that Voyager Hound is part of the same wave and sold separately. He changes in 17 steps. And, probably because my camera can't do it well, I'll read the back of the bio for you. When Optimus Prime dealt a crushing blow to Megatron in the Battle of Chicago, the triumph was short-lived. If there was ever any doubt, the Autobots now know for certain, as long as they're Decepticon and the spark in his circuits, their centuries-old war will continue. And on the side, for some reason, there's an Autobot logo. So, let's get him opened up and see what he looks like out of the package. Okay, so we have Galvatron out of the package, and here's what he looks like in robot mode. Look at that menacing scowl. And that awesome core in his chest, which I think is actually kind of reflective. Let me take a closer look at that. Yeah, it is reflective. Wow, I never noticed that. Oh, and he's having a bit of trouble. I'll make him do the splits there. You can see he's already having a bit of trouble, but that may be because his feet are hollowed out. And so are the back of his arms. Wherever Hasbro can save money on the plastic, they will most certainly do that. Now we see he has some slightly diluted gold details in the shoulders, arms, legs, and some blue wires running through his chest, abdomen, along his arms, and on his shin guards. And on the back we can see his wheels, flaps of his car mode, and this is really cool. What this does is basically, in order to replicate the transformation he had in the movie, which is just him splitting apart into a cloud of metal shrapnel, which you cannot do in toy form, I don't care what you say, this basically accordions up into the car's cab, and he tucks underneath. We'll see that during... Well, I'm not going to transform step by step on camera, because I'm doing this with one hand on the camera, one hand playing with the toy. But I like how this accordions. It's very smooth. He is a shell former in a way, yes, but he's one of the best I've ever played with. And just look at that. It's like you'll have somebody riding in the cab, and then blood like pours down the side, and he kills a human like that. That's pretty gruesome. I apologize, but actually I don't apologize, because he's Galvatron. Decepticons aren't nice. And the last of the details we have is that really nice, hard to make out on my camera black Decepticon symbol. And of course, reflective core, as they call it in the movie. It is pretty badass. As for articulation, he can move his arms like that. Got movement at the elbows, shoulders. The head doesn't really move side to side. The legs do move. And there are clicky joints at the knees and at the heels. And he's looking kind of like he's doing a kick to Optimus Prime right now. I apologize, this is my first toy review and I'm not really skilled in this sort of thing. So I'm going to cut this short before I keep embarrassing myself, and we'll get it. Okay, so we finally got Galvatron in vehicle mode, and he is one nice Freightliner Argosy, a 2014 Freightliner Argosy. He has a very Nemesis Prime feel to him with this truck mode. You can see he is a shell former, so his entire body is pretty much hoisted up into the cab, along with the arms and head. And like I said, this whole thing accordions out, and the little leg pieces pop into these. But it is a very, very nice looking truck. Very clean. And it's definitely one of the better shell formers I've owned. It's a little fiddly because the instructions aren't exactly that clear. Way to go, Hasbro. And, or Hasbro, I should say. Because they blow. Sometimes. Usually. Occasionally they do something right. And yeah, so there's some nice details. You got the blue headlights. The grill is nicely molded. The silver is a very nice paint job. You got the smokestacks right here. You got the wheels. And everything just kind of melds together perfectly. I'm really impressed. Then, of course, you have his weapon, which is this strange missile launcher. It's friction-based, so and that launches pretty far up. Didn't reach the ceiling, but, you know, it's okay. And you can, if you want, you can always plug it right into the top there. And he's got a gigantic cannon sticking out of the cab, so he can drive and shoot. All humans must be eliminated. Oh, hail Galvatron. Pardon my terrible voice acting. And yeah, you can also hold this in robot mode, and I'll show that off at the very end. There's something else I want to show off. And here he is in his third mode, which is not an official mode, but it's one discovered by fans. As you can see, because of his transformation, he sort of looks like a walking truck with a giant cannon on top. Sort of similar to what G1 Whirl was with his walking helicopter mode, and Jetfire from G1 with his walking jet mode. So this is a very Macross, Robotech kind of transformation, and I think it's very, very cool. So definitely this is a must get if you're an Age of Extinction fan, or if you're a fan of Galvatron, because he's actually one of the much better figures in this, and this mode he's top heavy. Alright, so we're going to get one last shot of him with his weapon. And here's a final shot of Galvatron, holding his gun on his arm, and he's ready to fire. And he will. Oh, whoops. Oops-a-daisy. Just get that back down. Oh, he's falling over, folks. Oh, KSI didn't do that great of a job of creating him, I guess. Spoiler alert, his body is created by the humans, but his mind in the movie is that of Megatron. So he's still a Decepticon leader we all know and love, just with a new, better, almost seemingly indestructible body. And so that's going to wrap it up for the Age of Extinction Galvatron Voyager review. And if you like what you saw, then like, comment, and subscribe. I don't mean to, I know that might be a bit of a shameless plug, but hey, everybody does it. At least I'm not blatant about it. Or at least I'm honest about the fact that it's a shameless plug. So, my lord. Stand up! So, if you like this, and you're a Transformers fan in the Manitoba community, or elsewhere in Canada, I suggest you check in the description below. There will be a link to the Facebook page for Iacon North, Manitoba's official Transformers collectors and fan club. And I suggest you join up, and yeah, join the Transformers Canada community. This is GTV News for Gamers, and I'll see you guys next time.